I lost you guys. I don't know what happened. Um, sorry about that. Sorry about that. So if you get back to me, great. I'm going to turn the camera around and start painting. Okay. So here we are. I'm mixing. Let me. Okay. So I'm going to mix the sky color now. I guess this is not working. Okay. Let me get a light going. There, that's better. I got cut off previously, so sorry about that. Just mixing up a sky color. So this is just ultramarine blue and titanium white, but if I use it on the canvas, it will be too harsh. So I always tone it down with the complementary color, which is orange, is a complement to ultramarine blue. So I'm going to just add a little tiny bit of this cadmium red because it's a very orangey red. And see how that goes. It will gray it down, tone it down. When you're painting, especially when you're beginning in learning how to mix your colors, you really do want grayed down colors. Even if the sky to you looks very bright, you still need to gray it down. Okay. You can see everything, all right? Oh, hey, thank you for subscribing. I love that. We need some yoga mindfulness always. Give me a moment here as I try and get the camera. Okay, so let me show you what I'm painting. I just did this study. I've been working on this. I have, this is a scene here on a beach. I live on a small Greek island, and Why is this happening? Why is this happening? I don't want to turn it around. What on earth? Can you hear me? Welcome to live chat. Is anybody hearing me? But you can't see me. This happened just moments ago, and I started the stream again, and it just happened again, and I don't know why. It could be because on this island, you can hear me, right? On this island, it's 7:10 in the evening, and people have left the beach, and they're all getting online, and it's quite possible. But how would I did not turn it off, I know that. And I have no idea how to fix it. Idea. You can hear me, right? Yeah, that's a very, very good question. What's okay? You can see it now? Oh, I am. Oh, goodness. Let's see what happens. Okay, here you can see, hi. Welcome to my tiny little studio. I'm sorry about that, really. Give me a second to get you back in my holder here. I hope this doesn't happen again, but if it does, I'm going to probably stop the stream. Let me get this set up. Can you see that all right? Okay, well. You're such a dear. Thank you. So this is what I am creating. And I thought I would just get started with putting in the sky. It's really hard to judge the color, the hue of the sky when there's nothing else to gauge the color with. So it seems a little bit too much. But if we don't get everything else in, we won't know if, in fact, it is going to work or not. So I paint into where the trees are going to go. And the dome of the sky is always slightly darker, bluer. And I want to begin to get a sense of that. You're getting a glare, sorry about that. And this is where the sun is coming up. It's mid-morning when I went to this scene. Again, I'm going to just go ahead and paint in. And just get the sky color in. And I think I'll just go ahead and go in and do the entire first lay-in of color. I'll try and get this so you can see it better. Sorry about the angle. So I'm mixing up burnt sienna, not burnt sienna, sorry about that, ultramarine blue, titanium white, and adding a little bit of cadmium red, which is a very orangey color. And sometimes maybe even, and I'm talking about a little bit, like you can see how little on the tip of my palette knife. I'm trying to set up OBS Studio so that you can see more of this. On this Sunday at 7 o'clock, around this time, I will be doing a live stream teaching about color mixing using a limited palette, and I love the limited palette. Oops, I got some, picked up some. First of all, when you use a limited palette, some of you artists out there who know, when you're using a limited palette, it is the way to learn how to mix colors. You can mix any color from your primaries. And it may not be exactly what you would get out of the tube, but it can be pretty close. Okay, this brush is too small, actually. I want to get some movement, adding more white to my paint mix. So as the dome of the sky, if the sun is coming up over here, everything over here is going to be slightly darker. It's not going to be the same. Am I stuck again? No, I'm still here. Oh, I have questions. Hello, everyone. Continue. How long have you been into painting? Just curious. Well, I started when I was a kid. Then everybody told me as I was growing up in Minnesota, oh, the starving artist thing, don't do painting, you got to get a real job kind of thing. And so I didn't pursue it. And after living here on the island and raising my kids, I started painting with them again, and found the first time I picked up a paintbrush, I was using house paint, whatever I could find lying around, and I painted sunflowers. And the feeling that I had was phenomenal. I mean, you know what I mean, right? And so I continued. And then I started learning how to paint. It was when the internet was just starting off here on the island. You guys over there in the States had it a lot sooner than we did here on the island. But that doesn't matter. It started when it started, and I began to use it. And I found people, artists who were out there. A beautiful artist, her name is Colleen Coban, and she kind of took me under her wing. I consider her my strongest mentor because she taught me not how to paint. She taught me how to come to painting as an artist, how to do the no-tan, how to work the colors so that everything is like everything on this canvas is similar to, let's say, a symphony, where all the instruments and the staccato notes and the pauses and everything works together to create something beautiful. And that is how I got into painting again. And I was about 48. I'm 60 now, so it's been a good while, and I have been learning and learning and learning. So Vita, do you have a favorite part of the process in creating a painting? Oh, that is a cool question. Do I have a favorite part? That is a really good question. I'm not sure I have an answer. I think, why did this get left off? The favorite part, this is one of my favorite parts, right here, doing this part. I love from the abstract, meaning the no-tan and the playing around with like a 3-value kind of thing and putting it together. I love that part. Ooh, I love all of it. I think the part that I don't love as much are the final details. Putting together the final details and sitting with getting the that whole the details. It seems it sometimes can feel like it's, I don't know, too, like you're picking too much. And being too precise. I'm kind of a, I don't know, hopefully I'd like to think of myself as a free spirit. I cannot say that I am. I'm working on it, I guess. Please like and subscribe, guys. Hey, thank you so much. Thank you so much for saying that. That would be great. Help my channel grow. I am a newbie here still, but I do love to make these videos. And I just discovered this live thing. and absolutely love it. And I love it because that's quite a difference when you are talking with people. Sorry about the glare going on up here. It's the brush stroke going sideways that's picking up the light and reflecting it. So if I go this way, you'll see that the glare goes away. Speaking of which, brush strokes and the direction of your brush strokes plays an important part in your painting. But in this stage, it's important to keep things loose and have fun. So again, to answer your question, this is one of the reasons why I love this part, because it feels like I'm just a kid painting, having fun with it, and I don't care if I paint or color outside the lines, right? Yeah, that's looking pretty nice, isn't it? That's gonna work. I'm gonna leave that. All right, so yeah, cloud appearance. Although it is lighter down here, I'm not quite sure if I am going to do clouds, but for sure it gives the dome of the sky, it makes it more reliable, more visible. So in my second passing over, I will darken up here a little bit more and kind of create a coherence, just getting that dome. Clouds could be part of the scene. I'm not sure that I want to do them in this painting though. So we'll see how it goes as I go on. Stewie, really appreciate you're doing a live vid at the time. No, it's late there. Well, it's 7:30 p.m. Sun is going down. I've got probably another 40 minutes. I don't like painting in light. Lamps and lights and things like that. I much prefer having the natural sunlight. I don't know, it just makes me feel good. Well, this is so much fun. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. I really do. Okay, so here's my next trick. In my first layer, I'm going to turn you down. You can look at my palette. So I have my sky color, and this was my blocking in color, which is ultramarine blue, burnt sienna, and raw umber, basically here. And this is white with ultramarine blue and a little tiny bit of the cad red. And when I'm doing my background areas in the first pass, I kind of do a mix of these two colors. So it's creating the atmospheric perspective that these things, in fact, are back there. Let me see if I can get you guys. This thing isn't working the way I want it to. Okay. So I kind of get a grade down. I'm going to add a little bit of the quinacridone into this mix to make it just a little bit more purpley. So this isn't too far away. But I want to keep everything just slightly toned down. And I will come in and in the second passing with the color, I will come in and adjust and work with this. Like this tree here is more in the foreground. Not, oh no, actually it's farther in the background, and this olive tree I brought forward. So this olive tree will be have a stronger green color, and this one here will be very, very grayed down. And I'm not going to worry about the actual shape of the tree, where it's going, how it's going. In my reference photo, I've got it a little bit I like that better. Okay. So this is the time where you can be sloppy and, you know, get the edges soft, because we just want to push it back. And we don't want to do anything of any real great interest in this no-fly zone. My very first, after Colleen, I should say, my second mentor, who was Johannes Floathouse, he called it the no-fly zone. I don't know if other people call it the no-fly zone. It's just in this outer area, you really don't want any interest. You don't want the eye to go. You don't want to like drive them out of the painting. So everything is in the design, in the composition and design process, is trying to bring you all back in, just coming back here. And we'll get some directional pulls, you know, like from the olive tree that will bring you down rather than going up. You know, things like that. So back here, I'm just keeping things very, very loose. I might add adding a little more burnt umber to this color to get like an olive green color. So you can get olive green, great way is to mix a dark, like the ultramarine blue and quinacridone. And if you add a little bit of the burnt umber into that, you will also get a beautiful dark. And then you can add some yellow to that, and that will give you an olive greenish color. So I'm just getting an inkling of that. Need some more blue. And when you're in this first stage of the painting, you guys, use color. Use your colors. Use lots of it. It creates a ground and also gives that feeling of being, of playing, playfulness, looseness. Well, that's a bit too much. Even though these are up front, but no, it's a bit too much. Okay, I'm missing out on some of the comments here. Let me see, go back. So I love painting from the very beginning, totally agree. It's awesome symphony of instruments all together, make a beautiful song. Oh, it's like healing for you. Yeah, I totally get that. I've got some stories on what brought me to the type of painting that I do, you know, like these landscapes, but understanding that whole creative energy that we can tap into. Like for me, I have understood that there are no creative blocks. Creativity is never gone. It's always there. We can shut down to that creative energy. And I talk a lot about how when you come back to your center balance, when you come back to that inner space and you're present, then miraculously, if you want to put it that way, painting opens back up to you, and your creativity is there. It's always there. It never goes away. We turn away from it, and there are ways to get back and things like that. I don't know if you guys ever come up with creative blocks, but they work. These little tricks and stuff work beautifully. But so yeah, it's very healing, and painting really brought me back to myself and helped me rediscover who I was after kids, you know, after spending the years raising kids, after it's a long story, but yes. Hi, Eva, you're back. Stu, you said I had to look up notan. It's a great term. Yes, the notan is really something. So I just in the 4-part series of this painting, I talk about the notan in the first one. It's called 3 Easy Steps. Go find that one. And because what I do with the notan is well, I don't know, I do the notan, but I use it in a slightly different way. I really don't like what happened here. Okay, but anyways, I'm going to keep going because it's all workable. All right. Yes, composition is most important because then it all together comes as the idea. Yeah, composition and design and the notan and your first color sketches are all up. If you're into the chakra kind of thing, they're all up in the abstract area in your 7th, 6th, and 5th chakra areas. And that's funneling in, you know, you have the creative energy, right? It's all up here, and you connect to it and you funnel it down And where I am right now in this painting is down like in my second chakra, for those of you who are into the chakra thing, where I am in this direct creative play in actually physically creating the painting. But composition and design belongs up in that more abstract area, the non-material area where it's ideas and you're playing around and there's a lot of freedom and areas to try different things to see what works. And not only what works, but what feels good to you. And that is the reason why, if you ask me, is why people paint, because it's fun. It feels good. So if you can feel good and at the same time create a really beautiful painting, why not, right? Why not? I like progressing and getting better. And boy, you know, I've been painting for a while now, and I can't wait to move on to the next step. Okay. I hope you guys are understanding me and I'm making sense. I'm mixing up a gray, and it's kind of a cooler gray, like, you know, these up in here. But I'm going to add a little bit of dirt color, a little bit of yellow. I'm just getting a mix, trying to get kind of a greenish feel there. That's what I'm looking for, to put as a base color for this area. And, you know, here I'm just kind of scribbling in. Keeping things very bland, okay? Don't want any real bright colors. Am I still here, you guys? Okay, can you tell what you do with your art? You sell them, keep them with you. I sell my art. I do commission work as well. I am in a group here in Thessaloniki where I participate in exhibits. But mostly I sell to, I sell online. And yeah, so like a painting like this, this size, after it's fully dried and safe, I will ship it stateside. It's in order to really get, to make sure it gets there safely. Oftentimes I will take it off the support and ship it in a tube so that it is, it gets to you safely there, in that way. So yeah, see, that's working well, and I'm trying to get this slanting shape, this hill coming down, which just adds a different dynamic, right? Rather, and you know, kind of following along with the horizon line, but it's a hill coming down and then you've got this coming here and that going there. And I don't know, this spot just works so well. You are welcome. Okay. Can you guys hear me? Yeah, you should be. I should be here. All right, I'm just going to keep going. as I get forward, can add a little bit more burnt sienna. I'm going to mix some ultramarine blue with lemon yellow and get a green going, a blue-green. And add some raw umber. This is where raw umber really works well in dulling down the greens. Okay. I don't want to go too much into the sky, so I'm going to leave the edges there. And I'm not going to do the tree yet until I get the second layer of the sky in. And then I will come over on top with the tree, this olive tree. But I can get this feel going. This has got some flowers. And I'm going to repeat this color here. Kind of bushes, I'll work with that later. But you can see how it's coming together. Using loose brush strokes. This is all part of the play to get things settled in and grounded. Okay. Which part? What are you talking about? What you do with your art? I sell them. I ask. Okay, so this step is fine, but I didn't understand left below part that looks like deep down. You mean this part here? This part here? Was that yup for this part right here? Okay, this is on the left. Deep down. Okay, let me show you again the reference. I've got paint all over my fingers. Here, take a look. So this is what's going to happen in that area. So this is all darks. It's in shadow because the sun is coming up behind this hill. And, well, it's already up, but it's still mid-morning. And so this was all in shadow. And when I'm starting out, you see, everything is going to be just in shadow. And when I come in to start creating the shapes in there, then I will lighten the value to create this area. Okay? You see how that works? It's starting using large masses to small. So this is just a large dark shape right now. Does that make sense? Okay, got it. All right, wonderful. Oh, good. Good, good, good. So speaking of which, first let me get just an inkling of this. Okay, I'm just getting a play in there, in that area. Again, we're being very sloppy, very loose, because when you start out that way, it stays there. And when you paint over, you know, it will just be, just have this vibrancy to it. And it's the vibrancy that will make someone stop and look at your painting, not how well you painted the rock. That plays a part, yes, but anybody can paint a rock, let's say, or anybody can learn how to paint a rock. How much of your energy is in that painting? And that's why this part is fun, because you get to be really loose. You don't worry about mistakes. You just let it happen. So let me mix up a gray again. So now I'm going to go with the rocks. I'm going to gray them down, keep the value somewhere towards a 3 on the value scale, and basically going to do it looks like a 2. Okay, just adding more darks. This is way too light. I am going to tone it down. I'm going to keep going. Mixing up a gray, so I'm just mixing ultramarine blue with the raw umber, a little bit of the burnt sienna, and I just want to keep it. Somewhere in a mid value, just to get it in there. And then in my next passing of this painting, I will differentiate. Okay, that's looking better. So I'm just yeah, I'm going to go with that. I'm not going to worry about exactly where the little crags and the rocks are and things like that. I'm not interested in that right now. I have these coming up here. These are in shadow, so I'm just going to brush in. Just to get an idea of what's going on. You see that, you guys? Large shapes. I'm going to add this. Got this coming down here. There are some play in these rocks here. Am I back? I didn't even notice. Hello. So just doing these large shapes. Right, okay, working again. I really do think it has to do with the, well, actually, I don't know. I'm not a very good tech person. So, going to add these rocks here. I'm going to keep them darker, lower in value. Here is a round rock. Okay, I'm just lightly brushing in. Okay, you see how that's working? It's just light changes in value. And again, I'm thinking of the larger shape, not all the tiny little rocks in here, but some of them. These rocks here have a little bit more light because they are, as the sun is, the light is shining more on them here. So there's some things happening here. I'm going to work with that later. I'm not going to worry about it at all. And moving on, I'm just going to put in a sand color. Actually, I think I want to get... Okay. Am I back? All right. I want to make some sand color. Adding some burnt sienna and just want to get a general sand color base down here. I'm just going to go over this rock and put it in a little bit later. Yep, direction of sunlight and shadow. Yep. Okay. So now this is underwater. This is the sea. It's clear sand. Very, very clear, calm water. And you actually could not even see how the sunlight might be the sea, I mean, how it coming to the shore. So I am going to just put in, let me get a larger brush. I'm just going to put in I'm going to use the burnt sienna, ultramarine blue, and raw umber. I'm not going to worry about the rocks at all under the water. Just want to get this sense of a seabed. So what's happening in this area here, because there was no water to disrupt this area at all, it was just reflecting the green from the landscape. It was just coming down and it gave this greenish tone to it. It was just beautiful. So that is the goal. And let me show you again if anybody here is new. This is the reference painting. And you can see in the water, right, it has a greenish tint to it because it's just reflecting everything from up here. So I'm sorry I don't have it. I don't know how to do it. I'm not equipped. Yeah. Can add these rocks here. I'm just going to give the idea of rocks. And this one here, which points to this, which is pointing there. And this is another rock, which is partially out of the water and partially in. Just giving the idea. Not going to worry too much about it. This is just when you get this in. Yeah, it's getting there, isn't it? I'm going to stop here, you guys. The sun is going down. And the sand down here is definitely not flat. I mean, there's the water comes in when it's rougher in the afternoon, and you know, creates little squiggly things. There's motion happening in the sand and water. And in a place like Greece where you can really see the water is so clear here. You wouldn't believe how clear it is. You can see down, you know, 5 meters. I think you couldn't, but oh boy, you sure can. I don't know if there's any scuba divers out there. You could tell me that's pretty common, but it seems wild to me. Okay. So with this is the first layer. I did not do the tree area because I want to do more of the sky and I don't want to do too much, right? I'll get a sense of it here. Just to make it looks better. You know, the olive tree. That beautiful olive tree. All right. Hi. So today is what, Wednesday. I'm going to let this dry for a few days and get it, you know, kind of tacky. I'm hoping that I won't be able to do anything tomorrow or Friday, but maybe on Saturday I can come in. Hello there. Nice, so nice to meet you. It's just really nice to meet you. Thank you for sharing this time with me. I'm hoping on Saturday I can come back and do another layer. Not sure. It depends on how quickly the paint tacks up. I didn't use any medium, so it's not going to dry fast. And I only use medium when I put on the wash. So yeah, I think Saturday. If not, I will be here on Sunday at 7 o'clock my time. Last Sunday I got a request for a beginner there who wanted to learn about color mixing, and I really want to show how using a limited palette, just your primaries, that you can mix virtually any color that you need for a painting, that you don't need to go out and buy all these different tubes of paint. And how important that is to start in that place, to learn how to mix your colors effectively. Oh, I think, yeah, that's sweet. Thank you so much. So I don't know where you are in your art path, but I come back to using a limited palette very often. And in fact, my regular palette is a split primary palette. So I'm just using a warm and cool yellow, a warm and cool red, and a warm and cool blue. And my go-to earth tones are burnt sienna and raw umber because it just works so well for my area here. So yeah, thanks for spending this time with me. I'm going to sign off, and hopefully I'll see you soon. If you're also interested in, I have a membership on my YouTube channel. It's $2.99 per month, and we get together and talk about art, like all the different areas of art, the things that I can't do in these, in my YouTube videos and the things here. So if you're interested, you can ask me any questions. Happy to answer for you. We can hook up on a Zoom call and talk about the things that, if you're interested, right, it's really no sweat at all, right? But it's nice to have you here. And yeah, oh boy, let's take a look at what's going on here in this painting again. So again, we're talking about large shapes. Immediately, this shape and this shape needs work, but again, in the drawing, if we come in and just create this triangular shape, which kind of comes this way, right, and then hooks up with that there, then that immediately breaks up the two large shapes. And yeah, that might work. I mean, well, that is what I'm going to do, but this area down here needs to have some dark. So we'll go back in and spiff it up a little bit, figure it out, work out all the kinks. We'll see. All right, you guys. So yeah, I am gonna go. We'll talk to you later. Have a beautiful, beautiful afternoon. Take care.